The Roger the Wild Child Show is brought to you by our friends at Prism Design Company. Are you looking for a cool new logo for your business? Do you need some graphics for your new website or blog? Our friends at Prism Design are a premier graphics design company that can handle all your needs. You can find Prism Design Company on Facebook or contact them directly at 618-534-4291. All the great graphics on the Roger the Wild Child Show are brought to you by our friends at Prism Design Company.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Let's go!
Hey, y'all, it's time for the Roger the Wild Child Show.
Roger the Wild Child Show.
Here we go again with another boot-scootin' kicking episode of the Nashville edition of the Roger the Wild Child Show with your host, Roger the Wild Child, along with his crazy sidekicks, the sassy Southern sweetheart Megan Bennett, country rock musician Patrick James, and singer-songwriter, social media girl Kristen Kay. And want to know what's the nitty-gritty from Music City? Elise Harper has your Nashville music news. Yeehaw! Let's do this.
Now that we're all prepared, let's start the show!
It's Roger the Wild Child Show!
Hey, what's up? Hello, everyone, and welcome to Roger the Wild Child Show. How you guys doing today? Let's see. There we go.
What's happening? There we go.
There we go. So,
Roger,
anyway,
what's happening, brother?
I am here. We are here. The party is here.
The party is right here.
Yes, it is. It's happening tonight. We got a double guest episode, not one, but two guests tonight.
Woo!
We have country music artist Deanna Wheeler. Woo!
Right.
Hang on. And your friend and mine.
Yes.
From Frehley's Comet and other great music groups he's been with. Todd Howarth is here. So yeah, it's gonna be a good show. We got two great guests tonight, so it's like, all right, you know what? I wanted some fun tonight. So I'm like, and we always have fun, but it's like, all right, let's do a special 2 guest episode. So, and I was scrolling on Facebook, and you'll find out that this is where I'm finding a lot of my guests is I'll see them on my feeds and I'll be like, oh, I need this person as a guest. And then I'll reach out to them and they respond. And I'm like, okay. So this girl's got a great story, Deanna Wheeler, when she comes up. And and I mean, she was paralyzed from the neck down.
Wow.
And we're going to talk about that. And now she's a rockin' kick-ass country music artist.
It's amazing.
It.
She sounds dynamite.
She is oh my God, her voice is phenomenal. You guys are definitely going to want to check this out. So stick around for that. Thomas Wright on Facebook checking in. What's up,
what up,
y'all? Hey, Thomas. Also, Aaron Hogan is checking in on Facebook.
Aaron, what's up, brother?
What's up, brother? And we're going to open up the phone lines. You guys can be able to call in here in a little bit tonight. But let's get going. We're going to get things going with some Nashville music news. So we've got Elise Harper. Here we go.
Yay, Elise.
Hey, Roger Wild Child fam. Elise Harper here, bringing you your Nashville music news. And even though I can't be there tonight, I'm not going to miss the drama if I can help it, because we love talking about all the drama. All right. Well, if you weren't aware, last week in Nashville, it was CMA Fest. And when I tell you it was crazy, it was crazy. Nashville had about 500,000 more people than it usually does here. So when I say downtown was bananas, it was bananas. I didn't even attempt to go downtown because I knew how crazy it was going to be. But it seems like everybody had a lot of fun and people were safe, so that is the most important part. So to kick off CMA Fest, if you didn't know, Shania Twain was the leading act, and she was the first show to perform in the new soccer stadium here in Nashville. And you guys, this venue is beautiful. I hadn't been yet, and I got the chance to go last minute to Shania's show. And when I tell you it was amazing, it was amazing. You guys, I'm pretty sure that show was better than my wedding day. My wedding day hasn't happened yet, but I'm going to just go ahead and say it's going to be better. It was better than my wedding day. Anyway,
Will you
so
marry me,
Shania
Elise?
did all the classics, of course, and then of course she did some of her new songs that everybody loved and danced to. But the kicker of the night was when she brought out for the last song, Man, I Feel Like a Woman, of course, Tanya Tucker and Winona Judd. Oh my gosh, you guys, everybody went ballistic. Everybody went crazy. Those ladies killed it. Kelsey came out, Breland came out. The show was phenomenal. Such a great way to end it. In more exciting news, Morgan Wallen has been approved by his doctor that his vocal rest is over. So Morgan Wallen is going back on tour. Woohoo! Congratulations, Morgan. I know that's stressful and I know it sucks and I know it's hard to not have to be able to speak or do anything because I had to do that for a while. And it's hard, you guys. So congrats, Morgan. That is so exciting. If you did have tickets to his old shows that he had to cancel, please go to the website and they are showing what tickets are available for what dates. So you can go and see Morgan. So it has been decided that the most iconic performance of CMA Fest was when Miranda Lambert brought out Avril Lavigne and they sang Skater Boy together. And when I say I'm so jealous that I was not in that audience, you guys, I'm so jealous. Can you imagine Avril and Miranda singing Skater Boy? I saw the videos of it. I heard it. They sounded great. Avril looked great. Miranda looked great. It was girl moment, queen girl moment for sure. So happy for them. So I do have a little bit of bad news, you guys. Carly Pierce, who I love, my girl, and her boyfriend, Riley King, have called it quits after 2 years. Carly Pierce was very quick to get in front of all the rumors and state that her new single with Chris Stapleton, We Don't Fight Anymore, is not about Riley. She stated that she wrote that a year ago while she was very much madly in love with Riley. Unfortunately, they did say that there were some trust issues in the relationship, and that is why they broke up. But they still respect each other very much, and they wish each other the best. So it happens. Relationships are hard, and you have to work at them. And when you're on the road all the time, it's just really hard to do that. So good to know that they're in a good place. And you guys, this is terrible, but it just made me laugh, and it has to do with Taylor Swift, so you know I'm going to talk about my girl. A French man was sentenced to 8 years in prison after stealing and illegally selling Taylor Swift's new CD, Speak Now, Taylor's version. He stole 10 copies and illegally sold 10 copies of the new Taylor Swift Speak Now, Taylor's version. That's crazy. That really sucks for him. But, you know, don't be a thief and don't sell what you steal. So, you know, lesson learned. But I am super excited, you guys. Speak Now, Taylor's version is coming out July 7th. So I have been prepping for that. I've been listening to Speak Now in my car all week because I am ridiculous. But that is all I have here for Nashville Music News. Y'all have a good night.
All right. Thank you very much, Elise. Get a little excited with her, you know.
She's all revved up, man.
Well, she's talking about her wedding. I'm like, okay, will you marry me now, Elise?
Yeah,
I mean, come on. Now, I don't think I have all the money in the world to give her the wedding that she would want, but hey, you know what?
Hey, you could be your knight in shining armor.
I could, right?
You could, Roger.
You know, we're missing Kristen tonight. She has those allergies are kicking her in the butt, and you know what? You know, and she just couldn't come on. You know, she felt really bad, but hopefully she can. Yeah, definitely. It's a bummer that she's going through this, but hopefully she'll be with us next week and so forth. So, anyhow,
yes, we're looking forward to it.
Absolutely. But I think it's time to bring our guest on. All right. And she is out of Dallas, Texas. And she was just performing with Boomtown Saints. Oh my God. Please welcome. Woo! Country music artist Deanna Wheeler. That's right.
How are y'all?
Hi, y'all. How are you, Deanna?
I am doing good. How are you, Roger?
Hi, Deanna. How are you?
I'm
and that's
wonderful.
Pat.
How are
That's
you?
Pat right there. That's Pat.
Pat. Yes.
Yes.
You guys seem like you have a lot of fun on this show.
Oh, we have a lot of fun on the show.
No, it's really boring. You know, I've actually fallen asleep during this show, so it happens.
Well, it always happens to the best of us.
Yes, it does. So, Deanna, you have a very interesting story. You're a mother of 3, and you were in the Air Force, correct? My son's in the Air Force. He's stationed in Panama or Pensacola, Florida. But
Lucky.
that's what I said, right? He wanted to go to Japan, but something held him back. But in your career, when you started country music, you got really, really sick. And to the point where you were on life support and you were paralyzed from the neck down. Tell us about this story.
So on Mother's Day of 2018, started like any other day. I went to a venue, actually, on Mother's Day Eve, excuse me. I went to a venue in Houston to talk to them about a private show we were doing. And when I was there, it felt like fire ants were biting me up and down my legs. It started behind my knees and my ankles, and it was just super painful. Finally had to like cut it quits and say, hey, I have to go home. Mind you, I had a babysitter at the time that I knew it wasn't going to be an all-nighter. So I drove home as quick as I could. By the time I got there, basically lost all ability to use my left leg. And
wow.
I like kind of slid, one of those motions into the house. And, my babysitter was like, no, you need to go to the hospital. I was like, well, if I would have thought that, I probably would have called 911 on the side of the road, but I couldn't do that. Mm-hmm. So we get to the hospital, and within 6 hours, I'm shortening it for you because it's very long if I want it to be. But we got there, and within 6 hours, I began to get more paralyzed, and then I was paralyzed from my neck down on life support. And they started giving me this medication because they told me I had an autoimmune disorder called Guillain-Barré. It's where your central nervous system attacks your peripheral nerves, and it eats the myelin sheath off of all of your actual nerves. So all the muscle memory's gone. Any combination between my brain to my spinal cord just didn't tell my body anything what to do. Mm. It was very, jolting. I didn't have any choice. I couldn't move. I had to relearn how to walk, talk, breathe. Everything didn't work at one point, including my hand, which is an interesting story I'll tell you about. But so within 4 days, they were giving me this medication that is supposed to kind of reverse it. But by like cycling out your antibodies, your bad ones with people's good ones, which is gross because it's really just other people's plasma that they were giving you. And I became highly allergic to it, like swelled up like a cherry and had a horribly high fever. So they took me off of that. So I did everything else on my own. But in that 2-week period, I got from, my neck down till about my 4th rib. So I was able to learn how to talk again. I got my hands back, which I've had trigger finger and 2 fingers my whole life. I could not learn an instrument. I would try and it would lock out within like 30, 45 seconds. It was awful. Mm-hmm. 2 of them would. It would be pretty much like that. And ever since I got my hand back, that hasn't happened. So I've been able to learn a little bit of guitar and a little bit of piano. So I'm making my way into the world. But, I spent the next 6 months trying to recover. I didn't have any ability to walk by 4 months. Then I got out of the hospital. Not really on my own accord, but they put me out of this major hospital and then brought me into like this nursing home, like literally like a straight up nursing home. They called it a skilled nursing facility. Mm-hmm. There's nothing skilled about it. And I got them very, very in trouble. So they told me basically it was better if I,
How did you get them in trouble?
Well, I got them many citations from the state.
Why?
Why?
Well, because I was in a broken wheelchair. I have still scars on the tops of my feet because they didn't secure my feet up. They just let them drag, and it was just awful. My wheelchair actually sprang and broke and flung me backwards, and I cracked my head open. And
oh wow,
they gave me somebody else's medication for 2 weeks. I mean, you just name it. It was awful. It was awful.
Dang.
So, luckily, they're shut down and done. So I'm happy about that. But yeah, it was a lot. So after that, now I'm just at home. I'm in an apartment I've never really been to because I got that apartment because right before this happened, I was going to Airbnb my house in Austin, but I didn't get that far. So I'm sitting here in an apartment with a blow up mattress kind of thing. It was awful. Like, I was just like, this is what I got. My mom had my kids in in California. So, and I was going to go get them by July or August. Yeah. July 22nd. I remember that. But so I'm here by myself, and I, relied on my friends to start picking me up. I didn't talk to anybody for a while, and I was not in a great way. And then I started reaching out, and they started taking me to the pools and doing physical therapy, and really brought me back to life. And it started with acupuncture. Have you ever done acupuncture?
Never.
I have.
So I was pretty skeptical. I'm like,
Works
first
great.
of all, I don't do needles. Like, I don't do needles. You guys, no, I don't do the tattoos. I don't do any of the needle things.
Yeah.
So I started acupuncture, and she didn't tell me anything of where she put him at this time. I was not able to go to the bathroom on my own. I still had all of that done. So I'm sitting in my wheelchair. She's plucking needles all over me, all the way up and down my legs, in my toes, in my hands. I can feel that. I was like, that sucks. In my ears, my forehead. I'm like sitting here like this. And then she took him out. And then all of a sudden I was like, within like 10 seconds, I was like, what is that? Oh my God, I had to pee that fast. And then she told me where she put him. She put him on all of my flowing tracts, my kidney function, my bladder, all that stuff. Anything that had liquid moving around your body, that's what she was addressing. And I walked within a month of starting.
Really?
It was pretty amazing, actually.
That's awesome. That's awesome. You're probably in a position where you thought you were never going to walk again, right?
I had a pretty far diagnosis. I mean, a prognosis of like 2 years to where I could walk again, and it would still be like assisted and helping. And I smashed through that recovery. I had so much support and love behind me. And after I started doing that, the day I started walking again, the day I took my first steps, my father passed away. So I think he had something to do with it. Where he got up there and
angels are looking out for you.
Yep. Angels on your shoulder.
Yes.
Yes. And now you're running on stage like a crazy mofo.
Yes. I love what I get to do. And that was one of the things when I set myself apart because of my stage presence, the way I control and manage the stage. And when that part was taken away from me because of my body, I was like, this isn't fair. Like, can't take what makes me unique away. But it was really awesome to get it back, and it made me appreciate it even more.
Right. We're going to open up the phone lines. If you guys have a question for Deanna, you want to talk to her, say hi. 845-442-5683 is the phone number. 845-442-5683. So tell us a little bit about, how your music career really did start for you and where you found your passion.
Oh man, I've always been passionate about music since I was like 4.5 years old at a block party singing Winona Judd. Thomas Wright says, Deanna is a complete badass, completely amazing story. Oh, I love you, Thomas. He is such a good human to know. If you don't know that man, he's awesome.
He is. And we're going to replay the show on Bourbon Trail Radio tomorrow night.
Oh, yay. Oh,
yes.
He's so great. I love him.
Yes.
His heart
yes.
is
Thomas is awesome.
Yes. So speaking of which, I have TBI. Where was I?
Oh, we're talking about your career, how it started.
Got it.
Yes.
So I moved from California to Texas because of divorce. And I got there and it was like, okay, I would go to shows and be like, how do I get up there? How do I do this? Like, how do I make myself that? So I would go to shows. And the very first show I really went to country-wise was at the Powerhouse in New Braunfels. I go there and I just walk up to the band. I'm like, can I sing with y'all? He's like, no, it's not how this works. Like, oh, okay, well, I tried, You miss 100% of the shots you don't take, and that's a fact. So then I found out his band were veterans. So I kind of snuck in the back door. I'm like, hey, I'm a veteran. You want to come hang out with me? So we sang for a little bit behind stage, and he was like, dude, you're awesome. Come back for our 4th of July series. So I came back on their 4th of July series on July 3rd and sang awfully. It was awful. I didn't know how to harmonize at the time. I didn't know anything. But I sang a few songs with them, and somebody took a video of it and blasted it throughout Austin. And it went semi-viral in like 6 hours. And I got producers and promoters calling me randomly out of the blue.
Wow, that's cool.
They're like, I want to promote you. I'm like, promote what? I am a glorified karaoke singer, stay-at-home mom. Like, what are we doing? That's not like, I didn't see it. And she was like, you need to go. It was Tammy Miranda was the one who was like, I need to represent you. I'm like, I'm not anything to represent. I sang with a band. I'm very sorry if you think I'm otherwise. She's like, go find a band. Go find a band throughout Austin. So I started going to shows and I started cherry picking band members. At the time, we called them a dad band. They were good guys. They loved them to death, but they were definitely the dad band. They wanted to call themselves the Gravel Rakers. Let's be real. They were showing their age on that one. And but they started playing live with me, and I didn't have any originals yet. And she said, when you do, we'll be on Fox 7. And I was like, it's so surreal. Like, it was just so bizarre to me. So I decided that my first album was going to be my Paint on Paper reverse chronological order album of leaving an abusive Marine, which is what I did. Yay, successfully. And it just started right then and there. And they knew that, it wasn't my first, try at life. So I wasn't going to be able to be the 17-year-old that starts from nowhere. So, they gave me some cool opportunities and wanted to put me kind of ahead of a game. So I basically jumped like 10 years ahead of my career and started getting amazing opportunities. South by Southwest, like they invited me and I played at Cooper's Barbecue, felt like a badass. It was awesome. And then every year after that's been Saxon Pub. But it was great. And I was going like crazy. And then I got picked up by All Star Entertainment, wanting me to do a tour with someone else, a multi-state tour that they paid, buku bucks for, the actual radio tour, but it didn't have that big of a following. So they wanted my veteran following. And I'm pretty good with people. So I was going to, coerce people to come.
All right.
So I went to go meet that band and that Friday night, and my foot was hurting, which is where all of it started. That Friday night, I thought I twisted my ankle. I didn't actually know this part until I went back through my text messages well after I was paralyzed. But I had texted my guitarist, like, hey, I'm over by your house. Like, I really need like a heating pad or something. My foot is killing me. I twisted it or something. And there was a little bit of swelling, so it kind of was indicative of an injury. So that's where that whole thing started. So that was the first 6 months of my career that happened. So I thought my career was over. I was always told, once you lose momentum, you're done for. And so I was done for, and I was just a waste of life sitting on a hotel. I always call it my hotel, my hospital bed. And, when you're dormant musically and that's where you're at, like, that was like a depression, but it wasn't like a darkness, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
It was just a mute. It was just shut down.
Right.
It actually took my son. He was 6 years old. He climbed up in my lap and they had just gone to Chinese food. At this time, I am keto. I don't eat a drop of sugar. I will not have a single chip. I will not lick any carb. You can't make me. So they're like, oh, here's your fortune cookie. I'm like, sorry, don't do that, Mom. Sorry. And she was like, for God's sakes, eat the fortune cookie. Your son was crying that this is Mom's fortune cookie. I'm like, okay. So I open it up and it shoots me about 10 feet back if I was able to stand up. But it said the world will soon be ready for your many talents. And it told me right then and there it was part of God's plan. And it was part of something that I just had to be patient. And it was a lesson to be learned. And I was going to be doing something, significant and substantial in this world. And so I started recovering live on Facebook and giving people hope and becoming a beacon of hope for some. And it was a really cool experience because when I started walking again, me and these people put on benefit concerts. 32 bands played for free, which it's hard for me to even do. Like now, like 32 bands played for free in Austin and raised enough money for me to save my house when I was in Austin.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Great
Very
story.
cool.
Great story. Glad you're here to tell it,
Me too. Thank you.
So you have a new song out now.
I do.
You do, and tell us about it.
So it's called Chasing Dirt Roads. It's a lot of fun. It's one of those that you're just like, you know what? I just want to get lost in the country. I want to go do that bonfire. Everybody knows you just want to hit the ground running. You hit the gas and you're on that dirt road and you're just pummeling smoke. No stoplights, no stop signs, just going and getting lost in the wilderness. And it's just about meeting up with your friends and talking about the week and just letting go. And that was just the way. If you like getting lost on those back roads and just forgetting all about who you are and what you've done and just in living in the moment, that's what it's for.
That's what it's for. Perfect. And so you've got a song you want to sing for us.
I do. It is not that one because I didn't have the track for that one. Sorry.
It happens.
Yeah, I'll do.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's all good.
They can go to
I have
Spotify
two.
and listen
I
to
can
it.
do Whiskey Weather, which was my previous single that went to number 19 on Texas charts.
Nice.
Go for it.
Go
Okay.
for
Love to
it.
hear it.
It's called Whiskey Weather, everybody.
All righty. Here we go. We're going to bring her up
Really
on
hope
the
it
big.
works like I want it to.
So our
know-
guest. Go ahead.
There we go.
All right. We got Deanna Wheeler on the Roger the Wild Child show. Oh, wrong song.
No, just started it wrong.
Okay.
There we go.
All right.
Just noticed it wasn't on. There we go. Hear better?
Yep. All good.
It's repeating that part. I apologize.
Okay.
Pull up a seat and let me pour you a drink. Take another shot of some diabolical therapy. It's whiskey weather. Storm's rolling in and you can't go home. Soul is tired and you don't want to be alone. Oh, it's whiskey weather. This is where you wanna be. So drink up and sing with me. Whoa, whoa, it's whiskey weather. Thunder and ride just go together. Staying here tonight where great minds drink alive. Whoa, whoa, it's whiskey weather. Shut off the phone, turn down the news. Leave it at the door, we ain't got time for the blues. Oh, it's whiskey weather. Band's kicking off and it won't be long till the man with the fiddle starts playing your favorite song. Oh, it's whiskey weather. This is where you wanna be. So drink up, this ground's on me. Yeah. Whoa, whoa, it's whiskey weather. Thunder and ride just go together. Staying here tonight where great minds drink alive. Whoa, whoa, it's whiskey weather. Got it. Better sing it with me at home, y'all. Whoa,
Oh,
whoa,
Whiskey River.
Thunder and ride just go together. Staying here tonight where great minds drink alive. Whoa, whoa, it's whiskey weather. Staying here tonight where great minds drink alive. Whoa, whoa, it's whiskey weather. Whoa, whoa, it's whiskey weather. Shot time, y'all.
Right.
That's right. Thomas Wright says, hell yeah, let's take
Hell
a
yeah.
shot.
Hell yeah. Thomas Wright.
Thomas
There you go.
Wright.
There you go. There you go.
Take
There
a
you go.
shot.
That was
What are
great.
you-
Sounded
What are you drinking
great.
right there?
It's apple juice.
Okay.
We won't tell.
Yeah, we won't tell. was a little whiskey in there?
No, but it is whiskey weather.
All right. There
I
you
know.
go.
I'm not a great salesman for that. I try, but it's like, oh, it is what it is.
I think it's wine, Roger.
I think so too.
Oh, champagne. All right. Cool.
Oh, okay. All right.
All
I
right.
like the
No
pop.
problem.
Yeah.
You would be surprised how many of our guests like to get drunk on our show.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's late. It's 8:00 at night.
No, they go. I
It's
got to do this
time.
Roger the Wild Child show. Man, I need a drink.
I mean, wild child. You're right. I'm gonna be that wild child. Be like,
Woo!
have to drink for being a wild child.
All right.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
there we
sounds
go.
funny.
Adam Galt. Adam
City.
Galt on Facebook got some drinks.
Adam, you drinking?
You drinking,
Drinking,
Adam
Adam?
Gold?
Adam's drinking.
All right.
Aw, thank
Even
you,
Aaron
Aaron.
Hogan. Great job. Aaron.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So that song was actually really cool because I actually wrote it on my UK tour. Yes, I was in my UK tour in 2020, right before COVID hit. And it was crazy because it was raining, and in London, that's like, oh my God, the world's ending. So we're running to our Uber. We get into our Uber, one of those big kind of like the BMW things where there's a big middle section. And he's driving down the road and just smashes on his brake. I go flying into the front seat, literally like ass over tea kettle. I'm like, well, that was fun. And I get back in the passenger, or I get back in the back seat, whatever it's called. And my bass player at the time's Costa Rican. I'm going to murder his accent right now, but it is what it is. I'm going to try it because it's fun. Okay. And so he goes, oh, that's some whiskey drinking weather right there. And I was like, and I was sober on this whole tour, mind you.
Yeah.
I was like, it is some whiskey drinking weather. So I went into the stairwell of this Airbnb we were staying at, and it was the best acoustics ever. And I just kept trying something different with whiskey weather. So we wrote it literally in like 30 minutes in the UK. And then I came back and rewrote it with my fiddle player.
That's the best. That's the best way that magical stuff happens.
Oh, it was so great. It was so cool. I was just like, yes. So when it hits, and it was the first one, we were like, holy crap, that one can go to radio. And we did. That was the first one we brought to radio.
Nice.
Very cool.
Where are you touring at?
So we've been on and off touring in different places. We go to Nashville, we go to LA, we go to Vegas. Done some stuff, a lot of stuff in Arizona. I play with Snoop Dogg as much as we allow. But we're going to be going to the UK. We're going to be going to Ireland and London coming up at the end of this year. So it's going to be
that's awesome.
Very cool.
Yeah, very cool.
Do you tie it in with the veteran stuff? Is that do you tie it in with that?
Yes. So that's a big deal that we're doing in Ireland, to be honest with you. If you guys have ever heard of Rock the Troops, it's Matthew JC. He's the one who actually took us to Ireland the first time in 2018, right when I started walking again. He brought us to the Texas Red Dirt Pub Crawl, and I was able to choose 4 female veterans to bring with me to heal through the power of music. And actually, I went to a benefit for one the other night, someone that's, grown miles with VWEC. I don't know if you guys know, but they officially made Female Veterans Day. Thank you very much on June 12th because of these people's help. It's amazing.
Very cool.
We are small.
Very cool.
She gets a lot of praise.
That's right.
Great stuff.
Yes.
That's great.
It was a pretty amazing experience, but it didn't really go anywhere because there was some controversy in the middle to where now that footage just been sitting there. So we're actually reviving that footage by bringing me back out to Ireland, and I'm going to be a mentor writer with another veteran, and it's going to be super exciting. So we're going to write songs out there, and then we're going to perform them live in different venues in the castles all over the place. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Very cool.
There's a TV show. It's going to be going on, I know, at least the Country Network. I don't know where else it's going yet.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, that's a great thing. I'm glad to see that. And thank you for your service.
Absolutely.
That's great. I love to see this stuff happening. It's a really good outlet. It's a really good channel to get your songs and your message across and to support each other. It's a beautiful thing.
The veteran community has just made me so much stronger over the years. With the second I found out that my good Lord, that my name on like any marquee or something could actually make money for a cause, I dialed in on that. And
That's
I would
smart.
reach out to all these nonprofits and was just like, hey, I'll do free shows for you whenever you need them.
Yeah, smart. It's really great. It's
That's
really awesome.
Yeah.
Where can everybody follow you on your socials?
I'm pretty solid on Instagram mainly. Facebook kind of follows because it usually posts on there, but it's mainly Instagram that I want people to follow me on. I also have it's my Spotify, Deanna Wheeler. You can follow my YouTube. I'm about to redo a lot of it because stuff like this, I don't have any of my videos that I didn't do on my YouTube, and I just figured out how because I'm super behind the times. But I'm about to redo all of that and put a lot of my performances on there that I've never done. So it'll be exciting.
Awesome.
Very cool.
Yes, Deanna Wheeler Music on Instagram.
All right, make sure you guys all check it out. Deanna, I really appreciate you joining us on the show today. Great story, great music. You have an amazing voice, Deanna.
Thank you.
Yeah, I love your stuff. I've been listening to it on Spotify. I think it's totally rocking. I wish you the best of luck. I love what you're doing with the veterans, and I think it's amazing. And let's connect on Instagram and keep in touch with each other. And because I'm involved a lot too. I do a lot of things. Or you
can send me your number because we're friends.
Yeah, I will do that.
Yeah,
I will do that.
I got her number. I have her number, so
we'll connect.
Yeah,
we do a lot of I do a lot of those shows as well. So,
well, thank you guys for having me out. I'm very grateful.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Deanna.
Best of luck, Deanna.
Thank
absolutely.
you.
Great job.
Good job.
Bye, guys.
Bye. So, a great story, a great
phenomenal.
Oh, she is phenomenal. Her music, her performance, her stage performance. If you ever check out her videos,
I have.
See her. Yeah. I mean, she's just amazing on stage. I mean, I thought I was the wild child. She's the wild child.
She's the wild child dress. Yeah. That's an amazing story, that comeback that she made.
It is.
I love that fight. I love that. Yeah. I love that. So kudos to her. Wish you the best of luck.
Yes, absolutely. And now it's time to bring on our friend, yours and mine, not a stranger to the Roger the Wild Child show.
Yeah.
Please welcome, that's right, Todd Howarth to the show. Hello, Todd.
Roger, how you doing? Pat, how you doing? Long time no see. It's been what, half hour?
How are you, brother?
About that. Hey, tough act to follow.
What's that?
It's a tough act to follow here, but
I was saying thanks a hell of a lot, you jackasses. Now I gotta follow that. No, Deanna, her story is intriguing. I know very little to anything about her, but fascinating story of triumph and overcome, and then what you're doing with thank you for your service as well, Deanna, and what you're doing for the vets. That's fantastic.
Yeah,
fantastic. Yes. Woo! Todd's a big advocate for that. I wanted him to say it because I wanted to bring him in and let him talk about it because he does a lot.
Oh yeah,
he does a ton for the vets as well.
I'm trying to do more. I had a lot of. We all have a lot of plans to do a lot of things, but I eventually want to do some more besides just doing patriotic tattoos on my back. So it's so thrilling to be able to contribute and help the veterans in any way you can, and fantastic that she's doing that.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
It is. What a story. Yeah. I'd love to see that. Yeah. And she's great. You got to check out her YouTube stuff. It's really, I'm
gonna now.
She's a badass, man. She's really, she brings the
really
business.
Is.
Yeah.
Cool.
Absolutely. So Todd, I mean, you've got some new stuff going on. You've got some old stuff going on. What's going on in your life right now?
Well, I'll tell you, I got some new CDs. We got the Comet Canvas. That's always good with reflection. The Comets are acoustic versions of the Comet songs that I wrote and/or sang, and then original heavy stuff on the heavy canvas, which nice. Everybody can see, and then Coastal Canvas, which is kind of adult contemporary songs here. That I did right in the studio, actually the studio down below, the small one. And they just got released in late October. It took me many years to complete them because I started on the heavy stuff. And then this project came up with 4x Fate that John Regan and I kind of got going and rolled that together. Of course, obviously Pat got in there, thank God. He's got some great songs and tremendous guitar player, songwriter, and singer, and even plays piano. I'm feeling a little insufficient here, but so I started writing some stuff for a heavy CD, and then I shifted some of the songs to the Relentless CD for 4x Fate. And then I continued to do this for the next few, it actually took about 5 years because I was doing 2 projects and then doing some property businesses here, responsibilities I had to do. And then I had another band after 4x Fate. And And then I was suggested that I should do some acoustical versions of Frehley's Comet stuff, and that's a pretty good idea.
Great
so
idea.
I started adding that, and it was fun. And of course, I'm playing everything, and I did everything, and about 29 or 30 songs. I will never do that again. It's so time consuming. And I'm playing, like I said, I'm playing everything. So I had to fire the drummer constantly. And
the
then
same
I had to
drummer,
hire
or did you have to, or did you get different drummers?
He played drums.
I was the drummer.
He played everything. He played everything.
Oh, you did it all. Okay.
I was the Barney Rubble, and I can play really good for about 20 minutes.
Yeah, he can play good.
And I'm done. My legs go, nope, you're out. You're old. Stop it. But it was fun. But I'm if I do anything again recording wise, I'm going to do a full band, probably local guys here in San Diego. But so that's what I'm doing. I'm finishing up my autobiography as well, and it's one of those things where you sit down, you keep adding stuff to it, and you never get it done. Right. And then I don't want to get to the point where people are reading it and going, what the hell am I reading here? Who is this? What is this about?
Right.
Yeah.
So I've got to get it done this year and get it out.
I can't wait. It's going to be great. I know he's got a lot of fascinating stories.
Oh yeah.
We've been talking about this. We did dates around the country together, and we toured Australia together, and he's been filling me in. So it's going to be a great book. So just
it's going to be a lot of
ears
fun.
and eyes up for it.
You'll get yours, of course, right away.
And I want a signature. I want an autograph of it too. So,
of course.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah. So I'm excited. Yes, I want the book.
Fantastic. You will get the book, and maybe that the hottie that you proposed to earlier. Maybe you'll get the
Elise
book
Harper.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll get both.
Good luck with that.
Todd and I will come in for the wedding for that one. We'll fly into Nashville.
All right. Sounds good. So let's go back into your career a little bit. I know you were with Frehley's Comet, which is Ace Frehley's band, Ace Frehley of Kiss. And I know we talked about this in other episodes, but we got different viewers here now. So why don't you kind of recollect and let us know how you got connected with Ace Frehley?
Well, it's a long story, but I'll give the condensed version. I also played keyboards for Cheap Trick on and off for close to 30 years, over 30 years actually.
And I was Rockford, where I'm from. So
yeah, Rockford, Illinois. Yeah,
Yep.
we got to talk about that too.
Yeah.
But anyhow, I'm starting to segue off into something else. But I was on. I was touring with them again touring with them the first time in '85 and '86 is when I was with them, and we were doing some shows, co-headlining with John Waite from the Babies, and of course John Waite is one of my favorite singers of all time, and I used to listen to their sound checks. And usually John Waite wasn't there, but the band was playing was the late Frankie LaRocca playing drums, and he had this great backbeat feel, very English. And then I love bass guitar, and I was listening to bass player and going, oh my God, that fucking phenomenal, So, and the whole band was great. So I walked up to the bass player after one of their sound checks and said, hey, I'm Todd Howarth. You guys sound phenomenal. I play keyboards for Cheap Trick, and he goes, oh, yeah, I've been watching you. You're singing and playing a lot. You're singing a lot, too, And that turned out to be John Regan. He was playing bass for John Waite. So in the conversation, I said, well, I'm more of a guitar player now and singer-songwriter. I'm a lead singer, blah, blah, blah. I'm tooting my own horn, as anybody that's starving will do.
Right.
And
I
said, really? Okay, well, I'm working on a project right now, but I really can't tell you what it is, but let's exchange information and go from there. So lo and behold, the tour went on and it ended. And then I think I got a call probably a few months later, and John said, hey, the band is with Ace Frehley from Kiss, and it's called Frehley's Comet. And you should throw your hat in the audition, see what, so we're looking to consolidate the band. And so I did. I flew out twice to join Cheap Trick on another leg, I think on the East Coast, and I flew into New York first and then hooked up with them and played. And the first time is like, Ace wasn't overly wild because I'm not a phenomenal lead player. I'm a melody guy. I'm not like Pat over here. Wait, where the hell is he? Oh, he's a great
phenomenal
guitar player.
Todd's a great guitar player too.
But and second time it worked out just fine, and the rest is history, as they say. I quit Cheap Trick in late December of '86 and was in the studio in January '87, helping to complete the first album with Frehley's Comet.
That's awesome. Bridge Elliott says, "Hey Todd Howarth, I've been listening, but just sat down."
Hey Bridge, well, you'll just getting to the good parts.
All right.
Grab a cocktail and come join the party.
Right. You guys can call Todd right now, 845-442-5683, 845-442-5683. We are talking with Todd Howarth. He's from Frehley's Comet, Cheap Trick, and he's got a lot of his own projects going on as well. So,
yes.
So
and you
tell
probably
me
heard the motorcycle.
Oh yeah. So tell me about the family. How's the family doing?
Family's doing good. My parents, my real mother passed away last year, unfortunately. And I just had a favorite aunt pass away that I used to live with for a year back in 1964. Yes, I'm that old. And then I had another, things happen with family members that are sad. But the good thing is that I've got 3 grandchildren. My grandson's 17 years old, and my first granddaughter is about 8.5, actually, I think. And my youngest granddaughter is 2 years old. And we're going to spend some time Thanksgiving together at my daughter's home in St. Louis coming up. So I'm happy about that. My mom and dad here, my stepmom, who's all intents and purposes she's a real mom to me since 1965. She's doing good. She's 91 years old, doing tremendous. My dad is 86, which makes my stepmom a cougar. But that wasn't even a term back in the 60s. It was just,
it wasn't.
A whole bunch of hot tiki loving back then, because tikis were the big thing in San Diego, California back then. But everybody's doing pretty good. My wife Valerie's doing good. She's working her butt off up in Brea, California, just north of here. Okay. And she's doing good. She comes home on the weekends, and Lexi, the dog, looks at her and says, "Oh yeah, here's that woman that lives in the condo on the weekends." She's home. But things going good. We're looking forward to summer. We bought a newer used boat that's a little bit bigger, so we're thrilled about that. It's got 4 extra feet and a little bit more power, and so we're looking forward to doing that. And everything's. I'm just busy as hell.
There you go.
Working with everything I got, and then I take care of our commercial real estate here, where I'm sitting actually in my big studio on top of one of the buildings on our property. So yeah, I'm busy, and like Pat's always busy as hell, and he knows how frenetic we are.
Yeah. We keep busy. We're very busy.
Yeah.
I want to hear some of your music.
Oh, well, you mean okay. Well,
you want to play for us?
I can. I can play. I was laying bricks earlier today.
Okay.
So I'm not sure how good this is going to be, and I've got to kind of remember some of the chords. But
it's going to be great, man.
You're going to love it.
Thank you. Just hopefully I can remember. But one of the songs that I did on there was "Time Ain't Running Out," and I did it in acoustic. So
love this song.
Monday morning, the sun wasn't out, you were lazy. The fight last night, it didn't set right, I was hazy. But you were cool, acting like nothing had happened. The time ain't running out, and you heard me for the last time. Time ain't running out, 'cause I'm leaving. The thing with the stare just wasn't fair. You rubbed it in my face. And how do I lie when I'm not around? He's not taking my place. Well, I'm done with excuse. Not when you'll never admit it to me. And time ain't running out, 'cause you heard me for the last time. Time ain't running out, 'cause I'm leaving. I'm leaving. Oh, I'm leaving. I'm leaving. This is what Pat would play for the guitar. Maybe someday, not far away, you'll remember this voice. No, maybe you won't, maybe you can't, but you were given a choice. I was ever so close, but so far away. Do you remember? Do you remember? Could you remember? Remember? Time ain't running out, 'cause you heard me for the last time. Time ain't running out, 'cause I'm leaving. I'm leaving. I'm leaving. I'm leaving. Woo! I love that song. Finally, I got the cowbell. You know, Deanna got the cowbell like several times. I didn't get shit until I just played this song.
Right?
Sounded great, Todd.
Oh yeah,
Awesome.
Sounded phenomenal.
Thanks, Pat. I appreciate it, brother.
Sounded
Yeah, a
beautiful.
little rusty, you know, but what are you gonna
Sounded
do?
beautiful, man.
Hey,
You
throw
guys
me on
got
the
it.
spot like that. You did
What's
awesome.
that?
That sounded great. You got to go. Everybody, bring your CDs up and let everybody see it again, and go
Yeah,
download
this-
all this
And
stuff.
this
Todd's new albums are
one
killer.
is let me get the reflection. Comet Canvas,
There you go.
and it's so much fun. When I started doing it, you know, I was doing just easy acoustical versions, and
Right.
in comparison to the other CDs, I went, you know, I can do that better. So this became such a labor, and there's only I think about 8 or 9 songs or 7 or so songs on there, 8 songs, but I became so engrossed in redoing them a little differently. And then I did Breakout, and oh my God, what a nightmare that was. Because again, the drummer had to fire that guy.
Right.
And then they had to hire me back. And but it's a lot of fun because I played Breakout. It's kind of like the same type of feel. And then It's Over Now is different. And I did the lead on an ukulele.
Nice.
And
Nice.
Yeah.
that,
Nice.
I was questioning that decision, but it came out okay.
I'm sure.
And then I had
Yeah.
another friend of mine, fan, said, "Why don't you do Fallen Angel on piano?" And so I did. Or was it New
Beautiful.
Kind of Love? But anyhow, it just turned out. I was really pleased with it, really happy. And then the heavy stuff is a lot of fun. You know, it's heavy me and that type of thing. And then so I'm really happy with it.
Where's the other one, Todd? Bring the other one out too.
The other one is let's see, the old man's got to shuffle them. Coastal Canvas. This is
I love that name.
It's like adult contemporary, and that's
I
actually
like that.
This is right here on the coast, close to where I went to high school. It's I think it's
Awesome.
Garbage Beach, and Valerie took the pictures, and and then my son did all the front cover designs. If you hold them all together, they kind of blend in with the canvases. But
They look great.
I'm
That's
excited about it.
Cool.
But Pat's got a copy. Roger, did I send you a set?
An actual physical set?
Yeah. Did I send you a set?
No.
Okay. Well, that's what I think of you. So.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Todd.
No, so I thought you had a set. I'll get a set to you. You get the set
All right.
free.
All right. There we go. Sounds like a plan. Thank you so much, Todd.
Oh, thank you.
You know,
I appreciate it. Pat,
as-
great to
oh.
see you too.
Todd, it was great to see you. We've been this acoustic thing. We got to have Todd back on again because we've been talking about doing like an acoustic little run together since we met. Through our good friend John Regan, both of us, and that's the song I have coming out Friday, and he's the reason why. John is the reason. And Todd, man, I love these
That's
guys.
a great song, by the way, Pat.
Family. My family. Yeah. I wrote that night that you called me. That's the lyric is when you called me in the afternoon.
Yeah. I'm not disappointed. I was not surprised. I knew you would do that before I could. I've got a couple ideas, but boom, you were on it. You're such a workhorse. And when we first met, I'm not blowing smoke up your ass. When we first met, I had no idea who you were. And that sounds rude, but I just didn't know. And then when the songs, oh my God, this guy, he writes such great songs. And then it ends up in the band. But Pat's songwriting is just phenomenal. He comes from a lot of influences that influenced him at the time that I get re-influenced by after, in the 90s. So we have so much fun playing together. But of course, he's living on the other coast, and I'm over here on the
West Coast,
the Kelly side.
The best coast.
Todd is an amazing songwriter, performer. It was an amazing experience for us to play together. I wish that we could have done more, and hopefully in the future we can. We're going to bring him back on the show. But
okay,
Roger, when we do this Wild Child Road show, we got to include Todd in it because he's phenomenal, and we could do a little, combination set of our stuff and my other stuff as well, his solo stuff and my solo stuff, and trust me, it'll be dynamite.
Yeah, I can't
wait. Fun. It'll be fun.
Yes, absolutely.
So we're talking about taking this Wild Child show just to a few big markets. I was talking to Don about it.
Oh,
today,
okay, that's a good idea.
Yeah, and do like the show, and then have artists that are on the show perform, and because he's got a lot of great artists coming on here, and the show is starting to really, really grow. I mean, I was talking to Don about it. It's starting to really grow some big legs, and Roger's dynamite. And his team has got his finger on the pulse, and they got some really happening artists. And
except for that Darren guy. That Darren guy isn't worth a shit.
That's why he's no longer on the show anymore.
Oh, he's got the hair that goes up, and his two dogs. Hey, my dog, say Petey. Your dog's not that pretty. That's pretty.
So it's a great musical thing happening, man. I think it's turning into something really cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sounds great. All
right. Todd Howarth, thank you so much for joining us on the show today. And
before you go, I wanted to just say, Todd, John, John's got a memorial happening in our hometown. So, John got together with my photographer friend Steve and helped design some shirts. And the proceeds from this song is going to go to this monument for John Regan, for our mutual friends. So I told you about this, Roger. So, and John and Todd are dear friends for many years. So, so we'll keep you posted with that. I'm going to keep plugging that, and Todd will be in touch. And it was great to see you, man. You sounded dynamite.
Oh, thanks.
Get Todd's albums. What's that?
Roger says, "Can you sing a song?" With fuck. I think maybe up there laying bricks, going, shit. Okay, well, so I hit my fingers, going, hey, now what's going on?
Sounds great. Can you do another one? Play another song, Todd.
I don't.
Another song.
Well, aren't we about ready to shut off here? What's going on? Do we have an hour? What have we got?
You can throw on another song. Yeah,
let him play another song. There's Lance. What's up, Lance?
Hey, Lance.
Lance, I know Lance.
Hey, Lance, how are you, buddy?
I don't know. Yes, geez, what can I play there? Everybody knows something moves.
Play whatever you want,
man. Let's see. on West of 8. It's called Severed Ties. Hopefully I remember all the lyrics. I grew tired of this rain. Who am I to complain? Rest assured this view gets old. The grip gets tight when less to hold. But I would let go and the few words were never spoken. And I wish you well wherever you may be. But here in hell, my illusion's finally broken. Severed ties. Now we'll wander through this place. The frozen frames of yesterday. You'd have drowned in my cascade. I still get chills from passion playing. But I would let go and few words were never spoken. And I wish you well wherever you may be. But here in hell, my illusion's finally broken. Severed ties, oh, oh, oh. But I would let go, the words were never spoken. And I wish you well wherever you may be. But here in hell, the view was finally broken. Severed ties, now.
Yeah.
And you get more cowbell.
Woo! I got to jump in here.
A little rusty, but you know.
Yeah.
That was great.
Sounds great. It's awesome.
It sounded fucking awesome, dude. I got to say, when we first started doing dates in the band, when I joined 4x Fate, when it was being put together, it's a story of its own. But I used to love one of my favorite songs live was to play "Calling to You." So that song was from Todd's original band that was signed by Jonathan Cain, right? Correct? In 707 or right?
From 707?
Right? Did that song came from?
It was a song called Megaforce.
Right.
We wrote for the movie, and it was Neil Bogart from Casablanca signed us, and then it went into I think Boardwalk Records.
Right. Love this song. One of my favorites.
There's something moving in the air tonight. That That's all you're getting because I'm.
I love
Okay.
the song. So
All right, you get a cowbell for that one too.
yeah, that and Something Moved and It's Over Now. Some of the best songs, like when 4x8 did our
Yeah,
thing.
but
when we did our thing, it was great, man.
I appreciate that, brother. It's like when you came in with "Follow Me" on that track. John Regan came into the studio and said, "Hey, I just did this song and it sounds fantastic, and I think it's right kind of in our wheelhouse." And he played it for me. Who the fuck is this? Who's this guy? Pat Castrini. Oh, another Italian? No way.
Yeah.
And so I listened to it. This is phenomenal. And then we started getting other stuff. And then when I met Pat, he showed me some other stuff. We go, this is all great stuff, And it's a great, lifelong friendship.
Yeah, absolutely, man. We made a great record, 4x8 Relentless. It's still available. So
yes, it is.
I'm really proud of that, man.
I still have, this is the box of all that's left of 4x8 Relentless CD. This is it. And I mean, all the ones that John signed are gone.
Yeah.
And I don't even know. I think I've got to make sure I've got on my website there, that toddhoward.biz. This is the only box I have left. And there's, I think, 3 missing out of this box. So they're going pretty well. As are the t-shirts. I got some t-shirt ideas, but it's a great album. I mean, every once in a while I listen to it and I go, God, this is just good stuff, great stuff,
Yeah, we made it was quite the journey for these guys to make this record, and I was glad I was a part of it, and the friendship is even. I'm happy for the friendship more than anything else. So
I mean, it's lifelong. It's like like John, was lifelong. I mean, sometimes John and I wouldn't talk for half a year, and we'd pick, hey, what's going on, Johnny? Is it Todd Boy? It's going to be Todd Boy. I say, hey, Johnny, what's going on? And then, like I said, at the end of every conversation, he said, "Love you and bye for now." And that was how I, signed the shirt that Steve Jankowitz has been selling to benefit the memorial for John Regan back in Wappinger Falls. Yep.
So hopefully, at some point this year, Todd and I will be back on stage again with a bunch of friends and family of people who are dear to John, and put on a great tribute show to him. And I hope it can happen. So we're
I hope it happens. But I hope that Roger guy doesn't show up with the cowbell and the horn, because that's just dreadful.
Roger, you're coming in for it, man. You gotta come. You and Don have to come in for the show. So
absolutely,
it'll be special.
It'll be special.
But you got to check out all Todd's stuff. He's an amazing songwriter, singer, producer. He does it all too, man.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Todd and I
brother.
are very much alike. We play all our stuff. We record all our stuff. And that's why I have the utmost respect for him, because he sees the songs. He sees the vision. Like that's why I think we have a beautiful relationship, because we get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And people, when we only got one time to try to sit down, try to collaborate, and it was like brand new. And it's difficult. I knew it wasn't overly difficult for me, but probably the same for you. It's like, okay, I really don't need to collaborate because I do all the shit myself.
Right.
I already have everything.
Right.
I've got all it is. I don't know what you're doing over the corner, but this is what I'm doing over here. But, now that, time has gone on, we could definitely, I mean, we sat down, twice together and tried to do something?
I know.
We had a couple things, but we were just going and throwing stuff out there. But, yeah, hopefully we'll get to do that again.
Yeah.
Every time that we hooked up, we were rehearsing for a tour or for an event. So we
I would fly in on the red eye the night before, and then land and try to get a couple hours of sleep in John's place or Rob Afuso's place.
Yeah.
And
Robbie.
and then go to rehearsal. In the chicken coop at Rob Afuso's place.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Don Pizzuti was helping us too.
Yeah, Don was great. Yeah, we had a lot of love and a lot of a great team and a great band. I love these guys. So, Tom McCarran.
There's Tom. Hey, Tommy.
4x8 brought together a whole lot of people as friends. It was amazing.
Yes.
Yeah, we got Rick Fortune, Sue Newman out there.
Yeah.
We got
Eddie Dice.
Yeah, Eddie Dice, of course. Yeah, he was the one that said, "Hey, you got to put Amber Waves on the album." And
yeah.
oh, wow,
Todd wrote this Great, beautiful song, Amber Waves. It's a tribute
Thank
to.
you.
Tell him.
Actually, I wrote it actually in this very big studio that I'm sitting in now, like right over here, in 2010, I think, and I recorded it. And then I just did it live, and I put it out there, and Eddie Dice saw it, and a lot of people saw it, of course. And then Eddie, years later, Eddie said, "You got to put that on the Relentless CD," and I was like, well, I guess we could do that, and so we did. And
beautiful song.
Thank you. It's very heartfelt. I'm very I love my nation. I love our nation. And Deanna, thank you again for your service and all the vets out there. There's so many of them, including Eddie and Don, and it's just. Yeah, I really was heartfelt. I had big plans for the song. I thought if it did real well, I wanted to give a lot of the profits to the Tunnel to Towers or Wounded Warriors or some organization like that.
Yeah,
beautiful song. Yeah, you should go check it. It's on the 4x8 record. It's also on your solo stuff too, right?
Yeah, it's on. It's
on Relentless.
I'm not sure if I have it on 4x8. It's on iTunes, I believe, but it's on the 4x8 CD. I'm not sure if it is or not.
Okay,
I've got to look that up. Here I am not doing my homework, but it's got to get it back out there. It's actually there's a video of it on my Facebook page.
Yes,
that Don Prizzuti redid. Actually, a couple of people did videos of it, and Don did such a great job on it. But
beautiful job.
Yeah, there's we've got a lot of music between Pat and me and then Roger's cowbell and horn. We're in. We're so in.
We're in, hands down. All right, Todd Howarth, thank you again so much. I appreciate having you here.
Great job, man.
Multiple times on this show, and so you're definitely a favorite on the show. That's for sure.
Well, Roger, I appreciate that. Pat, love you, brother. We'll talk soon.
I love you too, man.
Love you too, bud.
Yeah,
and love you both. And Roger, you a little less than Pat, but you take some time. It'll
that's okay. That's right. You knew him longer, so I understand.
All our listeners, toddhowarth.biz. That's where you can find all his music. Toddhowarth.biz, right behind you.
How amazing that's set up just perfectly.
It is.
Perfect.
Thanks, guys. Roger, really appreciate it.
Get his new CDs. Right. Even what was the other? You have a lot. Yeah,
I got Opposite Gods. I got West of 8, a couple West of 8s left, and the T-shirts. The T-shirts left, and there's more stuff coming up. But again, thanks, Pat. Thanks, Roger. I appreciate it, brother.
Absolutely. Thanks for coming on the show.
Talk to you soon, brother.
You bet.
All right.
You bet.
All right.
Roger.
Yes. Woo! A great episode. I think this is our longest running one, actually.
That was great, man.
It was definitely got some great musicians in there. Yeah. And just Deanna and Todd. What a great they're totally different artists, but they've had so much energy to the show today. So, it's so great to have them both on here. So
absolutely, man. And I love, and Todd and I we know each other very well, and what he stands for with the veterans in our country, man. So we're all, and I'm equally involved. So it was a great combination.
Mm-hmm.
Great combination.
Absolutely. So next week we're going to take a week off. We'll be back on the week after, and we're going to have a little break, and then we're going to have some more great talent, some more great guests.
Yes.
It's going to be a great, amazing episode. So make sure you guys join us, because that'll be right before 4th of July.
Yep.
Or is that right?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
When is 4th of July? Yeah. So it would be the Wednesday before 4th of July. We'll be back. We'll be back on the 28th. So
yes,
we'll see you then.
Yes,
so
looking forward to it, man.
Yep. And Kristen, hopefully she's feeling better by then, and we'll have her back on. So
really miss her and her energy. I hope she feels better. Kristen, absolutely. We love you. If you're watching, get better.
Get better. Yeah. All righty. We'll see you guys all next week. For Pat, I'm Roger the Wild Child, and you guys have a great night.